Welcome to the Wonder With Me podcast, where I, Dr. Tonia Winchester, invite you to get curious with me about all things mind-body healing, especially how we can unlock the incredible healing power of our unconscious minds, so that we can all get out of stress mode and go back into healing mode. We'll talk about how you can easily create healthy, sustainable self-care habits so that you can calm your mind, sleep deeply, wake rested, and enjoy happy, energized days. Ultimately, so that you can make a bigger difference in your well-being and that of your family and the world around you. These casual chats are for educational purposes only and don't constitute a therapeutic relationship. With all that said, let's get this episode underway. Come wonder with me. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Wonder With Me podcast. I am your hostess, Dr. and/or Tonia Winchester. This is episode 23. When it comes to change, what type of person are you? So have you ever been curious about those people that seem to just create change in their lives so easily? They just seem to be completely in the flow and kind of get whatever it is they set their mind to. I'm wondering about this because I'm also wondering about how we can leave the world a better place than the way we found it. And so I'm wondering about change and how we can easily change our own self-care routines so that we can actually make a difference in the world around us. And my hypothesis is that when we take care of ourselves in a way that's kind and gentle and sustainable, that we're going to be more readily available to do that for the people around us and the world at large. Really, that's my shtick after all. So ultimately, I'm wondering how we can put ourselves at the top of our care list so that, again, we can make a difference in the world around us. Now, I will admit this podcast episode is a little bit of a call to arms, or maybe I should say a call to hearts. And I'm ultimately wondering, are you with me? You don't have to say yes or no to that. I'm just here to stimulate some questions and some thoughts inside your mind and maybe help you see the world and see yourself and see how you care for both of those things in a different way. I had a little bit of fun with this one and added a little bit of extra that you'll hear towards the end of the episode. Just a couple addendums to what you're going to hear. I 3 or 4 times mentioned brain-based coaching. While that's still what I do, I'm calling it now mind-body healing and coaching. It's the same thing. However, I think from an understanding perspective, a public optic perspective, the second version, the newer version, mind-body healing and coaching, is going to make more sense to most people. This episode is an adapted excerpt from my book, Break Through the Insomnia Cycle: How to Sleep Deeply, Wake Rested, and Enjoy Happy, Energized Days. If you don't yet have a copy of that, feel free to head over to toniawinchester.com and grab your copy. The final addendum before we get into our wondering today is that I think I mentioned 15 years as a naturopathic doctor at the time of this prelude recording. We're close to 17 years. So I just wanted to add that in there. With all that being said, let's get into it. Let's get wondering.
When it comes to change, what type of person are you? You know how people talk about leaving the world a better place than when you found it? And you know how sometimes that seems really optimistic, but you don't actually know how you could make that kind of difference? Well, you and I both know that that type of change takes a lot of internal resolve, dedication, and discipline. And frankly, not everyone has those things. Actually, let me correct that. Not everyone has those things available to them right now. And I say that because I believe that we have everything we need inside us to change, heal, and transform. And sometimes we need a little neurological tweaking to bring those things to the surface so that we can actually use them, so that they're readily available. Pause for a moment and imagine a world where change was easy. A world where we put the most important things to us and our well-being at the top of our to-do list, instead of at the bottom, or even worse, not on the list at all. A world where we show up with presence and kindness to ourselves, to our families, and our communities. You can see or sense how this world is one where we get to leave it better than when we found it, now can't you? The world is a big place to think about changing, and especially as just one person. For my brain, it's easier to think about leaving the room a better place than when I found it. And within that room, I need to chunk down even further. I want to leave the people I interact with better than when I met them. A little lighter, more inspired, and ideally transformed. I'm committed to this, to doing my best so that they can have those things. When I minored in contemporary dance at university, my professor, Judith Garay, and P.S., if you know anything about modern dance and Martha Graham, you're welcome to freak out right now. She said, never be afraid to be better than you were yesterday. That stuck with me, and in my own life, I want to grow in some way every day. So by the end of the day, I'm falling asleep better than when I was when I found myself waking up. I'm committed to that too. What I'm getting at is if we want to make a difference in the world, whether that is the world of our relationships and our families, or the world at large, it has to start on the inside. And when it comes to change, I've seen 3 types of people over the last 15 years in naturopathic practice. First, there's the dreamer. This is the person who wants results but isn't willing to change or do anything differently. They keep doing what they're doing and subsequently keep getting what they're getting. These people won't. No transformation is possible here, and it's with a heavy heart that I've learned that I can't help these people. Next is the dasher. These are the people that don't even want to think about change and might even actively run away from it. Maybe their life is already incredible and amazing, and I say yay, hooray, and that's totally awesome for them. But maybe not. These people don't. And these people aren't my people either. The majority of people I've encountered make up the final category, the doer. These are the people that want, maybe desperately, for things in their world and the world to be different. These people might know exactly what they need to be doing so that they can leave their own life better than when they came into it. But they just can't seem to make the time, stick to the new habit, or change what needs to be changed. In other words, they can't. Or they believe they can't at the moment. And to be fair, sometimes they don't know exactly what they need to be doing, but they know they're missing something and they're willing to ask for help to find it. And that's what they can do. They can seek and ask. They can listen and learn, invest and practice. They can reassess and practice again in a slightly or maybe overtly different way until they have changed their health and their life, until they are better than when they began. The doer is the person that I get really excited to work with, and if we ever get a chance to meet in person, or if we already have, then you'll see and you'll know just how passionate and animated I get when people are making positive changes in their lives, and who's kidding who. Even when they're just willing to make those changes, I can get really excited. And truthfully, that's all I need from them is the willingness, the desire. Even the slightest spark of inspiration and possibility is enough. And so I'm curious, when it comes to change, what type of person are you? Are you the dreamer, the dasher, or the doer? And if the doer feels like you, then you're in luck. Because with new brain-based coaching tools backed by contemporary neuroscience, we can turn that maybe if or that perhaps when or that I don't know if I can into internal resolve, dedication, and discipline that creates incredible, powerful, and measurable change. You become excited and able to take care of yourself, jazzed to put yourself at the top of your to-do list and present and kind to your partners, kids, and coworkers, or whoever you're interacting with. You develop emotional intelligence, releasing everything that doesn't match your new positive personal narrative. You rediscover your playful, curious, and joyful you. You say goodnight to yourself each night, being better than when you were when you woke up. You begin contributing to the greater good, leaving the world or the world a better place than when you came into it. Do any of those things look or sound or feel exciting to you? Don't you feel like there should be some rousing, powerful music swelling behind what I'm saying here? I'm committed to sharing more and more about the transformation that is possible for you with brain-based coaching and guidance in place. I'm committed to pioneering a new model of health and well-being, one that starts with the internal circuitry of the mind and expands systematically out into one's physical, emotional, mental, and social well-being. I'm committed to transforming how the minds of everyday people experience their environments so that they can create exceptional lives for themselves, their families, and their communities, and ultimately leave the world a better place than when they came into it. And you know what I've noticed? When the people that I work with start with the brain-based breakthrough process, their ability to change the habits in their lifestyle become easy and effortless. It's actually fun for people to get the benefit that they want. Their families benefit, their communities benefit, and the world becomes a better place than when they came into it. So I'm asking for your commitment. I'm asking for you to be curious about the transformation that's possible for you and your family. I'm asking for you to be open to exploring another way which is easy, effective, and swift. Can I get your commitment on that? I'll leave you with this. How do you want to leave the world better than when you came into it? What is it that you're wanting to leave your family with, the people that you interact with? And are you doing it? And if you are, amazing. You get a gold star. And if you're not, what's in your way? And if you don't know, that's okay. Whether the answer to the question is yes or no, I'm here to help. I offer brain-based breakthrough processes for people who are wanting real change in their lives, to help them overcome whatever's holding them back, clear their past, so they can create amazing, personal, positive, real-time experiences and compelling futures for themselves and the people that they love. If that sounds interesting to you, then I encourage you to find the link around this audio to book yourself in for a 25-minute free breakthrough discovery call, where we'll chat heart to heart and find out if what I offer is where you're at and matches what you're wanting. Thank you for listening. This is Tonia Winchester, naturopathic doctor and brain-based transformation guide, signing off, wishing you a great day. Take good care.
Hey, thanks for wondering with me today. If you've got something good out of this, then please forward this episode along to the people who you know could benefit. Be sure to subscribe, and if you're really keen, you leaving us a rating and review helps us to help more people, so thank you in advance for that. If you're wanting more insights about how you can leverage the power of your unconscious mind to go back into healing mode, head on over to toniawinchester.com, where you'll find my book, Breakthrough the Insomnia Cycle, and other helpful ideas. Thanks again, and we'll connect on the next episode of the Wonder With Me podcast. In the meantime, may you choose to make all of your dreams come true.